What if I told you that the happiest people on earth don't meditate for hours, don't have millions in the bank, and definitely don't have perfect lives? In fact, Harvard researchers tracked 724 people for 85 years to crack the happiness code, and what they found will shock you. Here's the brutal truth. We've been lied to. Society tells us happiness comes from success, money, or the perfect body. But neuroscience reveals something disturbing. Your brain is literally wired to adapt to good things. That promotion, that new car, your brain gets used to it in just 3 months. Scientists call this the hedonic treadmill. You're running, but never arriving. So if achievement doesn't work, what does? Dr. Sonia Lubomirski's groundbreaking research revealed this. 50% of happiness is genetics, something you can't control. 10% is life circumstances, money, looks, where you live. But 40%? That's your daily choices. That means you control nearly half your happiness. Let me show you how. Habit number 1, the 60-second morning ritual. Before you check your phone, do this. Close your eyes and visualize 3 things you're grateful for. Not just listing them, actually feel them. Why? UCLA neuroscientists found this activates your prefrontal cortex and reduces amygdala activity by 23%. Your brain literally rewires to seek joy instead of threats. One study showed people who did this for 21 days were 25% happier 6 months later. 60 seconds, life-changing results. Here's the secret most people miss. Your brain can't tell the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. So when you visualize gratitude with emotion, you're giving yourself a happiness injection before your day even starts. This habit is like compound interest for your mood. The effects multiply over time, not fade. Habit number 2, the connection cure. Here's the Harvard study's biggest finding. The quality of your relationships predicts your happiness more than your income, IQ, or even your health. But here's the twist. It's not about having 500 friends. It's about having one person you can call at 3 a.m. Your action. Today, send a voice message to someone you care about. Not a text, a voice message. Why? Because hearing a human voice releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone that makes you feel safe and loved. And here's what the data reveals. People with strong social connections have a 50% increased likelihood of longevity. That's more powerful than quitting smoking. Loneliness, on the other hand, is as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Habit number 3, move like your life depends on it. Because it does. Duke University proved that 30 minutes of exercise is as effective as antidepressants for treating depression. But here's what nobody tells you. You don't need a gym. Dancing in your room, that counts. Walking while listening to music, that counts. The key is this. Move your body in a way that makes you smile. Why? Exercise floods your brain with endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin, the holy trinity of happiness chemicals. But here's the breakthrough. The happiness boost from exercise lasts up to 12 hours after you stop moving. That means one 20-minute dance session in the morning can carry you through your entire workday. Even better, people who exercise regularly report feeling 43% less stressed, and stress is happiness enemy number 1. Habit number 4, the 5-minute mind reset. Meditation sounds boring, I get it. But Stanford researchers discovered something incredible. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing reduces cortisol, your stress hormone, by 30%. Try this. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, out for 6. Repeat 5 times. That's it. No apps, no gurus, just you and your breath. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's natural chill mode. Here's why this is a game changer. Most people live in constant fight or flight mode without even knowing it. Your body thinks you're running from a tiger when you're just checking emails. This 5-minute reset tells your nervous system, we're safe. And when your body feels safe, your mind can finally experience joy. Let's talk about habit number 5, the kindness boomerang. Oxford University ran a fascinating experiment. They took 2 groups of people. One group was told to do acts of kindness for others. The second group, they were told to just treat themselves. The result was staggering. The kindness group reported being 40% happier. Why? It's simple neuroscience. Helping other people triggers your brain's reward center, the exact same area that lights up when you eat a piece of chocolate or win a little money. So here's your move. Do one tiny, almost insignificant act of kindness today. Pay for the coffee for the person behind you. Give a stranger a genuine compliment. Just hold the door open. Then watch what happens to your mood. The real magic here is what researchers call a helper's high. It's a rush of endorphins, a natural mood boost that can last for hours. What's even crazier? Just witnessing an act of kindness gives you a similar jolt of happiness. Okay, on to habit number 6, the learning loop. Your brain craves growth in the same way your lungs crave oxygen. It's not just a nice idea, it's a biological imperative. Neuroscientists at MIT discovered that learning something new releases dopamine, the motivation molecule. And here's the secret they uncovered. It doesn't have to be big. You don't need to learn quantum physics. Learn one new word in a foreign language. Watch a 10-minute documentary on a topic you know nothing about. Try a new recipe for dinner. It works because your brain interprets growth as survival, and survival feels good. This habit becomes unstoppable because every single time you learn something new, your brain builds new neural pathways. You are literally constructing a younger, more resilient brain. The data backs this up. Studies show people who engage in lifelong learning have a 46% lower risk of cognitive decline. Habit 7 is what I call the purpose prescription. This isn't fluffy self-help. This is hard data. Yale researchers found that people with a clear sense of purpose live on average 7 years longer, and they report 30% higher life satisfaction. But listen, purpose doesn't mean you have to go cure cancer. It's about answering one simple question. What would I do even if nobody paid me for it? Maybe for you, it's teaching your nephew how to play guitar. Maybe it's growing tomatoes on your balcony. Maybe it's just making your friends laugh. Find that thing, your thing, and do it weekly. The result is a skyrocketing of your baseline happiness. Here's the truth bomb. People with purpose wake up with direction, not dread.
They have a 50% lower risk of stroke and are dramatically more resilient when life throws its inevitable punches. Purpose isn't a luxury, it's your psychological immune system. When you know your why, the how takes care of itself, and happiness becomes almost inevitable. And finally, habit number 8, the sleep secret nobody talks about. Researchers at UC Berkeley made a shocking discovery. Losing just 1 single hour of sleep reduces your happiness by 30% the next day. 30%! But here's the real game changer. It's not just about the quantity of sleep, it's about the consistency. Go to bed at the same time every night. Yes, even on weekends. Why? Because your circadian rhythm, your internal body clock, controls your serotonin production. When you mess with your sleep schedule, you are literally sabotaging your own happiness hormones. Sleep scientists also found that during deep sleep, your brain clears out toxic proteins, the very same proteins linked to depression and anxiety. So when you skimp on sleep, you're letting emotional garbage pile up in your brain. The stats are clear. People who get a consistent 7 to 8 hours are 3 times more likely to report high life satisfaction. Your bedtime isn't just rest, it's your daily mental detox. Now, before we finish, a warning. Avoid these 3 silent killers of happiness. Trap number 1, the comparison curse. Every time you scroll through social media, comparing your life to someone else's highlight reel, your brain releases cortisol. You are literally poisoning yourself with stress. Trap number 2, the perfection prison. Perfectionism isn't about having high standards, it's about fear, and fear is the kryptonite of happiness. And trap number 3, the someday syndrome. I'll be happy when I get the promotion, when I lose the weight. Newsflash, someday never arrives. Happiness is now or it's never. So here's the challenge. I want you to pick just 3 of these habits, not all of them, just 3. Do them every single day for the next 7 days. That's it. Why only 3? Because as Stanford's BJ Fogg proved, tiny habits are what create massive, lasting change. You're not overhauling your life. You're installing small upgrades that compound over time. The truth is, happiness isn't a destination. It's not waiting for you in a new city or a new job. It's a skill. And like any skill, you get better with practice. The happiest people on this planet aren't the lucky ones. They are the intentional ones. So here's my question for you. Will you be?